Hello everyone. I am Mili Trivedi from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology, and as you know, we are starting about our study based on mechanical vibration. Now, in the last session, we have already discussed what is vibration and how many types of the vibration are there. We have already studied about all the basic fundament. Now, in this case, we are considering undamped free vibrations. Okay, now as we all know, undamped it means without damping. Second case, free vibration. Free vibration it means it is having the vibration, but the system should be externally excited once only. Okay, so whatever the vibrations the system feels, or whatever the vibration exerted on the system, they all are free vibrations, and the angular velocity of the system is known as natural angular velocity. Now in this case, you better know that the angular velocities only depend upon mass as well as stiffness of any system. Okay, so this is our very much starting of undamped free vibration topic. Let us have our basic topic as simple harmonic motion. Now, as you have already studied in your previous semester what the simple harmonic motion is, but how this simple harmonic motion is helpful for our mechanical system, basically mechanical vibration, you will study in this lecture. Now, let us assume there is a mass, we can say it is the P mass, attached at a fixed radius and will move in a circular manner. Having the constant radius, we can say the distance x. Okay. Now assume it will rotate at omega angular velocity. So which kind of pattern is created? So the pattern is created in the form of a sine curve. So here you can understand that if any point will be at the fixed distance and move towards the fixed pattern, it will give us the sine pattern in our system. So let us assume there is this system and assume at an instant any fixed point P. This fixed point P will move from its mean position to slightly upward. Now assume the angle of that P point position is theta. Now in our case, as you see that P point marking on our axis or on our graph is like the red dot as we have seen in our diagram. Okay. Now let us assume this P point will make theta angle with respect to the base. If this P point will move with omega angular velocity n time t. So omega by t will give us the angular displacement value. As we all know, displacement is equal to velocity by time. Okay. So here is velocity into time. So here displacement is equal to omega, which is the angular velocity, and t, which is the time. So here we have theta is equal to omega t. Okay. Now let us write the distance, or let us have the triangular action. We can see the vertical distance as a small x, which is known as the displacement. Constant distance from 0 to P or O to P is capital X. So this vertical distance is small x. The constant distance, it means the hypotenuse will represent the capital X. So what is the theta angle? We can easily understand small x is equal to capital X sine theta. Now as we all know, we have write down that theta is equal to omega t, so that x is equal to capital X sine omega t we can easily write. Now this equation you have to remember till the ending of the mechanical vibration chapter, because it is everywhere it is using. We are using this equation at everywhere. So let us remember this equation as x is equal to capital X sine omega t. Now we are having this equation. Okay. Now let us differentiate with respect to x. So what we will get? Dx by dt is equal to, we can write it as x dot, and x dot is equal to x. Now what is the differentiation of sine omega t? It is cos omega t. Now here omega into t is a function of time t. Hence we can write we have to differentiate omega t also. So let us differentiate omega t, and what we will get? We will get x omega cos omega t as our value. Now let us redifferentiate this value. It means we will get d square x by dt square. So this equation can also be written as x double dot. Okay, it is the displacement x, the differentiation, and the differentiation known as second order differentiation with respect to time t, so that we can write x double dot. Now here x double dot is equal to redifferentiate the x dot value. Now let us redifferentiate the x dot value. So what is the x dot value? X omega cos omega t. Now here x is a constant one. Omega we are considering it is also the constant one. Variation is only with respect to the time. So here x into omega is the constant one. Now let us differentiate the cos omega t value. So by differentiating it, what we will get? We will get minus sin omega t. So that we have to write minus x omega sin omega t. But omega t is also a function of time t. Hence we have to differentiate it with respect to the time t. Hence we have to multiply it with omega, so that we are getting the equation answer as minus x omega square sin omega t. Okay. Now we know x sin omega t. It means small x value. So that what we can write? X double dot is equal to minus x omega square. Clear? So this is the standard simple harmonic motion equation. What is the standard equation? X double dot plus x omega square is equal to 0. Student, this equation is very important for you for solving our numericals. We are using this equation for solving so many numericals. We need to compare with this equation only. So here, this is basically the simple harmonic motion equation, x double dot plus x omega square, or we can write omega square x is equal to 0. Now here negative sign represent the inertia of a system only. Okay, we are considering the inertia forces, hence negative sign only represents the inertia of a system only. Now let us have the equation. What is our equation? Our equation is x double dot is equal to minus x omega square. Now let us neglect the inertia. So by neglecting the inertia, what we can write? X double dot is equal to x omega square. Okay. So that what is omega square? It is x double dot by x. Now what is x double dot? It is acceleration simply. And what is x? It is the displacement. Okay. So now here what we can write as omega? Omega is equal to under root of x double dot by x. And we can write acceleration by displacement. If it is the linear acceleration by linear displacement, we can write linear. If it is having angular displacement and angular acceleration, so that we can write angular acceleration by angular displacement. But students, angular acceleration and angular displacement are represented as theta double dot and theta itself. Okay, the value is exactly same. There is none other than any difference between both of this equation. Now this is the method of omega. Okay, now let us consider the natural angular velocity. If we are considering it is the free vibration, so automatically the motions are free motions, and if they are free motion, we can consider that the velocity is also the natural velocity or a free velocity. It means natural angular velocity is omega n is equal to under root of acceleration by displacement. So this is our angular velocity. Now what is the natural angular frequency? So here natural frequency as we all know, Fn is equal to omega by 2 pi. Frequency is angular velocity by 2 pi. So that we can write natural frequency as natural angular velocity by 2 pi. Now by putting this value, we can find out what is omega. So we can write 1 upon 2 pi under root of acceleration by displacement. Okay. So this is our basic topic known as simple harmonic motion. Now let us assume there is a spring mass system. we need to consider the free system. Okay, so let us having spring mass system. If we are having, let us have this diagram. If we do not put any mass on the spring, then what will happen? Spring will not elong anymore. Okay, now by putting some mass on the spring, then what will happen? The spring will be elongated. Okay, and the mass will come back to the downward side position. Now why this mass will come back to the downward position? Because of the gravity itself. It means weighing force is tend to apply on this system. Okay, it means M into G is tend to apply on the system. So there is a spring and it will be elongated. I may say delta elongation is there. It means what is the spring force in the upward direction? K into delta, which is the spring force. Now first of all you have to understand what is K. Students, K is a spring stiffness. What you have already studied previously. What is spring stiffness? Stiffness is force by deflection. Okay. How much forces tend to apply on this system? It is M into G. It means what we can write? K is equal to mg by displacement. And what is the displacement? It is delta. It means we have to write K is equal to mg by delta. So what we can write? mg is equal to K delta. Clear? Now let us move further. Assume we move this mass towards downward direction by applying some force on it. So let us move this mass towards downward direction. So by putting the external force on this system, and when we release this mass, what will happen? This mass will move towards to and fro motion linearly. Okay, it means it is having longitudinal motions. Clear? Now let us have our free body diagram. Assume there is a mass M. It is having downward direction force, which is mg. Now because we stretch down the mass towards downward direction and having displacement of x, we can have spring stiffness as K into deflection. And now second deflection should be delta plus the remaining one, it means x. So that we can write spring force as K x plus delta or delta plus x. Okay. Now here mass will move towards downward direction having displacement x. It means mass is having some inertia, hence the inertia force is generated on this system, and that inertia force is mx double dot. Now we have the free body diagram. Let us solve this free body diagram. For solving this free body diagram, we have three different methods: equilibrium method, energy method, and release method. Okay, so let us solve this by equilibrium method. Now what is the equilibrium? Equilibrium method, it means all the forces on the systems are equal. So if we are considering all the forces on the system are equal and we are having the free body diagram, upward direction forces are equal to the downward direction force. So let us have, first we have already studied that mg is equal to K delta. Okay, so let us have this equation. Now according to our free body diagram, the equation we are getting in the form of mx double dot plus K x plus delta is equal to mg. Okay, now as we know, K delta is equal to mg, hence they are cancelled out. So if we solve this equation, what we will get? We are getting mx double dot plus kx is equal to 0. Now let us divide this equation with respect to m. So what we will get? X double dot plus k by mx is equal to 0. Now let us compare this equation with simple harmonic motion. So if we compare this equation with simple harmonic motion, we will get omega square is equal to k by n, m, and omega is equal to under root of k by m. If we are considering the natural frequency, we can write omega n is equal to under root of k by m and frequency as fn is equal to 1 upon 2 pi under root of k by m. Student, this equation is also very important. Okay, so you have to read it, you have to write it, and you have to remember it at all. And This equation is also very important according to GTU point of view. So you have to study it for your purpose. Now let us have energy method. Tell me, what is the energy method? The energy method is sum of all the energies are constant. Here in our case, we are considering only kinetic and potential energies. Okay. So kinetic plus potential is equal to constant. So if we want to get the final value of it, what we have to do? We have to find out that d by dt. It means differentiation of any values. So d by dt of kinetic plus potential should be equal to 0. Now according to our spring dissipation, okay, so let us assume what is the kinetic energy. In our case, let us assume there is the initial stage where the mass is just attached to this spring. Now let us elong this mass and having the x displacement. It means we have to grab it and then we have to pull it down. Clear? Now by grabbing and pulling it out, while we grab it, we do not put any kind of force on this mass or the spring. Now with respect to that system, force F is equal to 0 and at that point displacement x is also equal to 0. It means we have to apply our force, and by applying the force the system will have some displacement. Okay, so let us move this mass towards downward side direction. Then what will happen? Initially the force is 0, displacement 0. Whenever the force is increasing, with respect to that displacement is also increasing. Okay, it means if as f is maximum, x is also maximum. So let us have f maximum and x maximum distance. Okay, what is f maximum? We have to consider it as f, and x maximum we can consider it as x displacement. Okay, so if we have the force versus x displacement graph, whenever the force rises, x rises. Hence, we are getting the graph in this form. Okay, so that as we have already studied, area under the curve can represent the energy. And what is this energy? This is the potential energy. This energy is stored in a spring. So what is the potential energy? What is the area under the graph? It is triangle. And what is the area of a triangle? Half of f into x. And what is f? We can write it is kx because it is a spring force. Okay, so now let us first of all write kinetic energy. What is the kinetic energy? Half of mv square. What is v? It is x dot. So that we can write half of mx dot square. Now let us have the potential energy. What is the potential energy? It is area under the curve, which is half of fx. So what is f? It is k into x. So that we can write half of kx square. Okay. Now let us solve this equation. D by dt of k kinetic energy plus potential energy is equal to 0. Now let us put the kinetic energy as well as potential energy values in this. So here half of mx dot square plus half of kx square is equal to 0. Let us solve this equation. Half can be cancelled. M is a constant. And what is the x dot square differentiation? It is 2x dot into x double dot. Okay. Now let us solve the furthermore. We have k, we have x square. So d by dt of x square. So let us have the differentiation. What is the differentiation? 2x into x dot is equal to 0. Now 2 is cancelled. X dot can be cancelled. So what is our final equation? It is mx double dot plus kx is equal to 0. Let us divide it with m. So what is our final equation? X double dot is equal to k by m. X is equal to 0. Let us compare with simple harmonic motion equation. And what we will get? Omega square is equal to k by m. Finally, omega n is equal to under root of k by m. And frequency as 1 upon 2 pi under root of k by m. It is exactly same as equilibrium method. Okay. So if we want to solve any numerical with equilibrium method, we can solve it. If we want to solve it with energy method, we can solve it. Okay. So here this is our energy method. Now let us have our Rayleigh's method. Let us have a look on it. It is very simple, and according to Rayleigh, if we are calculating the sum of the energies at any instant, they all are similar. Okay, so let us have our spring mass system. As we have already discussed, we have discussed about energy, we have discussed about equilibrium one. So let us have this equation. Sum of energy at any instant is constant. It is the basic law of Rayleigh's method. So let us solve this. Kinetic plus potential at extreme position is equal to kinetic plus potential at mean position. Now, suppose the mass is at extreme side, and at an instant when we release it, potential energy is maximum and kinetic energy is 0 in that case. Okay, and when we release it, the conversion of energy is started. Okay, so from this potential energy, it is converted into kinetic energy. When it will come back to the mean position, all the potential energy is converted into kinetic energy, and at the mean position, kinetic energy is maximum. Okay, now because the kinetic energy is maximum, it will obviously in the motion, and hence it will come back in the upward direction. So it will move in the upward direction. When it will move in the upward direction, then what will happen? The conversion of kinetic into potential occurs, and at the extreme position again kinetic energy is 0 and potential energy will be the maximum one. Okay, so here in this case also kinetic 0, potential maximum. It means if we study the whole system or the cycle, we can assume that at the extrememost position, potential energy is maximum. At the mean position, kinetic energy is maximum. So let us have potential maximum is equal to kinetic maximum. Now as we have already studied this graph, what is the kinetic energy? Half of mv square. Okay, and what is the potential energy? It is half of kx square. So let us put the values. Let us have potential as half of kx square, but we have to find out the maximum value of it. Okay, and kinetic of half of mx dot square. Also in this case we have to find out the maximum value of this. Okay, now let us have, according to simple harmonic motion, what is the standard equation? Small x is equal to capital X sine omega t. Okay, so if we want to consider the maximum value of x, what is the maximum value? When the sine omega t is 1. Okay, so small x maximum should be the capital X value. Okay, which means the standard displacement. Now let us have the x dot value. Now what is the x dot value? We have already studied in a simple harmonic motion. So it is x omega cos omega t. Now we need to find out the maximum value of the velocities. It means x dot maximum. So at what point this will be maximum? When cos omega t is 1. So that we can write x dot maximum is equal to x omega. Clear? Now let us put this equation values in our standard equation, so that we can write half of k capital X square is equal to half of m capital X omega whole square. Now as you see, this equation is just as the previous one, omega square is equal to k by m. So if we want to find out the natural frequency, what we can write? Omega n is equal to under root of k by m. And if we want to find out the natural frequency, it is 1 upon 2 pi under root of k by m. So student, this is our standard 3 methods to find out the free and basic vibration of any system. You have to understand, if we are talking about any free or natural vibration, so that we have to calculate under root of k by m of a system. Okay, so this is our damped free vibration standard theories, and we will study about the numericals in our next session. Thank you so much.